Welcome back to Elevator Paso, guys. We just left Billy Townsend. As I promised, we're now with Miss Stephanie Han. We are here talking about not just her last battle, which she very much took the victory in, but talking a little bit about her history as an athlete and as being involved in the community. Stephanie, how are you?
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for allowing me to be here on this show. Thank you.
No, thank you for the opportunity. It's an honor to have you be part of this community, and it's an honor for us to be speaking with you. I know that you're one of those that you set an example for a lot of our young ladies out there, and it's admirable to see you and to see you thrive. Not just part of the Han dynasty that it's been, but as an individual yourself with so many victories that you've had already. Tell me a little bit about being an athlete and being involved in boxing.
So I grew up as an athlete. My he's from Korea, and martial arts was his profession. So I grew up in a gym doing boxing, kickboxing. In high school, I wrestled. So for me, it's always been natural. I love competing, and that's my first love. But now I'm also, I don't know if you know, I'm a police officer with the El Paso Police Department, and I'm also leather. So I think that's just right now, it's just hard finding a balance. Right. But as have a very disciplined mindset, so as long as I stay disciplined to my schedule, it's okay. But I truly love doing what I love, which is boxing, and I truly love being a police officer and serving my community.
And for those athletes out there, that are young athletes that are trying to get involved, aside from the discipline, which is obvious for anything in athleticism, what do you think it takes? What should they be looking to develop in themselves for them to be able to thrive?
For anyone, any sport, I think the biggest thing is confidence. You have to have confidence in yourself, because once you compete, if you don't believe in yourself, then that's going to show when you perform. Right. So you have to believe in yourself. When you train, you have to know your weaknesses, and you have to better yourself during training. And once you better yourself and you have confidence, when it comes down to competition and actually competing, that's when you shine, and that's when you grow as much as you can, and that's when you learn, just by experience.
Now, there's countless videos of you fighting your sister, fighting your brother, fighting all kinds. So I guess for you to have confidence, it's kind of like a given. You grew up in this. But for those that are the only ones out there that might be a little having second thoughts about this, how do you suggest they look within and find that confidence?
You have to start somewhere. And if you don't allow yourself to give yourself the opportunity to step into a gym or to even try, if you're scared, then you're never going to have that experience. So you have to believe in yourself and then just try it. You know what I mean? Just like Nike says, just do it. Yeah. Just give yourself a little bit of opportunity, believe in yourself, and just try it. And then it's going to suck in the beginning. Some people are natural athletes. Some people aren't. They're not blessed with natural ability. But I promise you, if you continue going to the gym and don't give up, every day you're going to get better and better.
Yeah, and I guess one of the big things about martial arts is that it teaches you so much how to be humble. You got to go in there ready to just tap out, constantly tap out. So do you feel that all these lessons in the mat, in the dojo, translate to your day-to-day life?
I think competition, growing up in sports, it's helped me become who I am today. I didn't grow up always winning. You know what I mean? I love winning, and I think that's the best feeling, winning. But where I grew the most is losing.
You're right.
Where I grew the most, definitely, mindset and everything was losing. You learn from those losses, and it makes you, obviously you're humble, and it makes you get better. That losing, it's part of life, but you could either learn from it or not learn from it. You could grow from it. And for me, I've definitely grown from it, and it's made me a better person.
And it's made you a better athlete. You just came off a victory. Tell me about this last fight you had.
Yes. So now I'm 4-0. Finally, I got my first knockout, and it's special to me because it was in El Paso.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love El Paso. I love El Paso. My family, we grew up here. My dad and my brother, they have gyms here in El Paso. I serve the community, so El Paso is my home. And I fought a girl, first round knockout at the El Paso Coliseum. And it was just awesome being there in front of my family, my friends, my coworkers. So to me, that feeling was just unforgettable.
Can you describe that feeling?
Unforgettable, for sure. Unforgettable. And I don't know if you watched the fight, but I during the first round, I did a left hook to her chin, and she stumbled. And I saw that it took her off guard. So I just took advantage of the opportunity, and I just let a flurry of punches out, and I was able to stop her. And for me to know, because I train over and over again, a million punches over repetition. And finally, my work to show on that match shows, yes, I worked hard for this and I deserve this.
Yeah.
So I was very, very, very proud of myself. My team was very proud of myself. And literally the feeling was just memorable.
Well, and I without a doubt could confidently say the city has been very proud of you as well and everything you've accomplished. What are your plans for? What are your next moves?
So my coach, Louis Burke, he's from Las Cruces. He's had a couple champions, world champions, including my sister, Jennifer Han. And right now, my family support, my coach's support, they truly believe I could be a world champion. I believe I could be a world champion. So my goal is to be a world champion and represent El Paso. And that's what I want for myself. That's what I want to do. Literally, my heart's in it, and I want to do this.
Yeah, and I'm pretty confident that you'll be able to get there. Louis is a great guy too. Did he train Austin as well?
Yes, he trained Austin Trout. If you guys don't know Austin Trout, a world champion, great fighter, amazing athlete.
Yeah. Very cool. And now taking that into a new dynamic, you're with PD. What is that like?
I love the police department. And I've definitely grown on this department. I've been with El Paso Police Department for 6 years. And it's like a different family. You know, I have my own family, but they're my family in blue. And a lot of people support me. And it honestly, my brothers and sisters in blue, it means the world to me.
Yeah. You get recognized in the streets?
Oh yeah, I do get recognized in the streets. I start off patrolling the west side. And a lot of people, when I pull them over, I encounter them. They're like this, oh, are you Jennifer Han? And obviously Jennifer Han's my sister. But I'd be like, no, that's my sister. But it would definitely help me because a lot of people knew that my sister was a boxer and they gave me that respect.
Yeah. Tell me about that dynamic growing up, seeing your sister be a world champion.
So my family, we're very close. We're very supportive. And I really appreciate my dad raising us as a close family because we trained together. And it sucked because we never had days off. Monday through Sunday, we had to train.
Yeah.
On Sundays, the day off, the day of the Lord, no, my dad made us train. So my family, we're not jealous of each other. We're not we don't have hatred towards each other. And we literally just want us to be the best that we possibly can.
Yeah.
So my success coming back to boxing is their success.
Yeah, of course.
So they're very proud and they're proud that I'm coming back. And Jennifer, Avi, Izzy, Heather, they're always helping me. We're training together. We're still training.
Yeah.
We're still training and literally they want me to be the best that I can be.
How'd you guys end up in boxing, from karate to boxing?
So Jennifer and Avi, they're the oldest of the siblings. And we grew up doing martial arts first. And they did kickboxing. And at one point, they couldn't get matches in kickboxing. So one day, they're like, well, we won't fight you in kickboxing, to my oldest brother and sister, Jennifer and Avi, but we'll fight you in boxing. So they started boxing. And ever since then, they started going to national tournaments and they started that journey. And obviously, we had no choice. And the younger siblings had to follow in their footsteps.
And you were 5 years old when you started training?
3.
3 years old.
Jennifer was 5.
Wow.
Jennifer was 5.
How'd she get their 2-year break?
She was the first one.
Oh, there you go.
She was the first one. Jenny started at 5. Avi started at 4. Me, Izzy, and Heather started at 3.
They get younger, huh?
Yeah.
What do you train at when you're 3?
My dad said we were the worst students. He was a master, and obviously we didn't see my dad as a master. We saw him as daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, going back to all these videos I've been seeing of you on YouTube where, I mean, there's that level of respect where, you treat your dad as a master in the dojo. What's that like? I mean, did you ever get that unexpected scolding or that kind
Oh, yeah. My dad was definitely hard on all of us. Growing up, I didn't appreciate my dad. I didn't appreciate him because I thought he wasn't fair.
Okay.
Growing up, we could never go out to parties. We never could go out and have fun. We grew up in the gym.
Yeah.
And it was child labor. My dad and we never got paid for it. So it was definitely child labor. So I'm like, this is not fair. But looking back, I see that it kept us out of trouble.
Yeah.
And we developed skills because of that. And looking at my dad's, if you ever met him, he's such a humble man. He's from Korea and he grew up a different life than we did.
Yeah.
But any person that's met my dad, like the amount of respect that he has from people, it's because of who he is. You know what I mean? A lot of students, they go to my dad's gym. Parents are very frustrated with their kids because they have no respect. I think that's a big issue in the community. A lot of kids, they grow up with no respect for their parents. They have a 10-minute conversation with my dad. At the end of their conversation, the kids are bowing to their parents and saying, I love you. So it's a beautiful thing, the amount of influence my dad could have in the community. And he's such an amazing person. I have so much more respect. I'm a parent. So seeing that, I'm like, yeah, my dad is honestly the best man ever.
Yeah, and it's definitely a dynasty he's established in this community.
He's been here for over 40 years. Over 40 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this Royal Rumble Kumite style battle I hear about, the Hans and the Hayashis,
Oh, no.
it's all fake.
Yeah. I've heard that too. I've heard this a couple times. The Hayashis, we have nothing but respect for you guys. I know that the dad is about the same age as my dad, and they're very traditional martial artists. I believe he's from Japan. So he's from Japan. My dad's from Korea, and both their characters are very humble people, humble personalities, and I have nothing but respect for them. Literally what they do and how they've influenced the community as well.
Yeah, I'm just saying, somebody should at least write a comic about it.
Go ahead.
It'd be a cool story.
Cool story. Go ahead. Go ahead. Whatever sells. Just kidding.
Steph, before we let you go, do you have any advice for our young teenagers out there, those young athletes, not just the ladies, but everybody out there that's trying to get into this?
So, I don't know if you knew this. I grew up doing martial arts, and then I took a break.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you had a choice.
So I got burnt out like a lot of athletes, and then I decided to get married, have my family. A 10-year break.
Wow.
I pissed off my family because I could have possibly made the Olympics, but I decided to make my own path. I became a mom, started the career as a police officer, and I gave up. But in the back of my head, I always knew I was good enough.
Yeah.
But I never came back. Finally, I came back a couple of years ago. I was helping Jennifer with one of her fights, and I realized that I still have my talent. But it could have been easy just living a life as I am. I'm content with my kids. I'm content with my career. But don't live life without regrets or trying again. So it took a lot to come back and to have confidence in myself and believing in myself I could do this. But for me to actually come back to the sport, it took a lot. But now I'm here and I'm doing it. And I'm so glad that I made that choice of not living life with regret and doing that, because now I'm here and I know that I'm capable of many things, and I would not be doing this if I didn't believe I could be a world champion.
And I think all of us believe that. And I guess what I'm hearing is never take the easy way out. Stephanie, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I hope we could continue to follow up with you and see you blow up in your career.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Stick around.